What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So, a little bit confused on what they're going to do next right now. So, as you can see, I'm looking at the Japanese side of Dokkan's 17 and 18 Tournament of Power campaign. It was the Colorful Autumn's Great Harvest campaign, alright? So, if you look down through it, we have just about everything they have here in it so far, except for the Legendary Summon banner, which I'll cover in a minute. We're going to be getting this, especially when part 2 starts, because that'll be our part 2. We have all of this already, and we actually have added something slightly different that they don't have. We're getting the EZA, and I think we're getting the new Extreme Super Battle Road as well as the normal Super Battle Road. I know we're getting both of those. So if you look at the global side of it comparatively, and you scroll down through, we have all of it. Like I said, we just have packs. They didn't. We're also getting the EZA for Jiren. We're getting the, like I said, the support memory boost. We're also getting this and this, which is different that JP doesn't have, as well as we have the Super Battle Road. So we don't have the Extreme Super Battle Road on here, but we are getting something slightly different that JP didn't get it at this point in time per this here. We're getting the Part 2 addition to the story quest, or well, quest technically, for the Trunks and Broly. So let's just pull this banner up really quick here. Let's jump back into this and show you what I'm saying. Like, this is something that's going to be something special. But it's kind of confusing me on what they're going to do here. There's a few options they could really do with this. They could do like the old style of banner where they hand out a bunch of tickets and it's just loaded with older units or some relatively newer units that are just like, here's free summons on it just to keep us appeased during the 9th anniversary while they got all that stuff going on in JP. Or it could be a conglomeration and collection of units, but it's only for 14 days, so that kind of makes me believe it's not that special. But then again, this is just the collecting missions. So they could be just having us collect these tickets and not being able to use them until they give us a giant banner come, say, I don't know, March before Saiyan Day. And then they try to tie us together a little closer to Saiyan Day and going forward. But the only problem with that I see is we're missing 2 banners, 3 banners technically, if I count this one that I'm about to show you now. It really only looks like we're missing roughly 3 banner difference between us and JP at this moment. Unless if I'm skipping something that I'm just not seeing, I think we're only missing 3 banners. One being the Brienne banner, which honestly, as a global player, I am probably not going to touch, even if it's guaranteed, like GFSSR. I honestly might touch tickets on it, but that's it. Because I have Bulma 100%, I have them 100%, 100, I think 90, 100, and 100. Like, this banner is completely useless to me. Everybody on it is absolutely useless other than the Brienne. But to be honest with you, looking at the Brienne, I don't really care for the unit because she's a special pose or power wishes category. I mean, I could summon for him because this would be the only LR I'd be missing then if I didn't get them. But will I use them? Most definitely not. I most likely will never touch this unit on a team. It'll probably just sit there for the most part on my roster and won't be touched. But there's this team, there's this banner here, as well as looking at the JP campaigns going forward, we're missing the Goku or Gohan and Piccolo banner, which we've already gotten, or we're going to be getting, I'm sorry. And I don't think they got anything for Halloween that we didn't get. No, JP didn't. So if you look, this is the one banner that we didn't get yet, specifically being the Dokkan Festival Piccolo and Gohan, which this is what I'm thinking is coming right next after the Brienne banner. So if anything, spend your stones on this. It's got a little more value with these two, Turles, Bardock, Yamcha specifically, and Ginyu. Ignore the Raditz. But you'll have Yamcha, Turles, this Gohan and Piccolo, and this Vegeta and Raditz. These are actually 4 pretty solid units, 5 pretty solid units, especially kind of Ginyu. Bardock's not terrible, but Raditz is probably the worst. I mean, I could use every unit on that banner except for the Ginyu. So I may throw some stones at that banner just to get the Piccolo and Gohan, but the only problem with the Piccolo and Gohan is they are a category that I don't really have too much of a need for, Saiyan Saga or Bond of Master and Disciple, because if you break down the Saiyan Saga team and the Bond of Master and Disciple, you're looking at all of those leaders for Saiyan Saga, which we already have a good one in Yamcha. Like, all of these are going to be on the same banner. So as long as you end up with one of them, you've got a Saiyan Saga lead, you could run the opposite leader. And then Bond, Master, and Disciple, we have easily the highest 200% lead in the Gohan. So these guys would be absolutely unnecessary. And then this man as well does the 172. So he would counteract him, so you wouldn't need to worry about running Bond, Master, and Disciple and Earthbred Fighters. You could run the Int LR Gohan with this as your opposite leader and still get the 200% because it's Earthbred Fighters. So that kind of is one reason why I would say that banner is kind of a skip. And the unit isn't the best, per se. He does transform into Gohan Kid after exchanging. I think it's an exchange, not a transformation. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, he's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Offensively, defensively, he's not terrible. But it's not a highly touted unit that I would tell people to spend their stones on. And you can. I'm going to probably do tickets and stones again, like I said, just if there's discounts. And if not, if no discounts, just probably going to do tickets. Maybe, like you saw on the 17 and 18, about 150 stones is probably all you'll see. I'm not going to go super in-depth for them. And then the next thing after that would be the Trio Super Saiyans, which we have already. And then this banner here would be the other banner we're missing, which is not available, so give me 1 second. Alright, so we're back. I narrowed it down to all the banners that we do in fact have left. The order in which I think they're going to happen are probably going to be similar to this, barring a surprise, which they did in fact say that Global is getting a Global First unit at some point. We're not sure what it is. We're getting something Global First prior to the merger. So we have Saiyan Day March 18th, so that's just over a month away. About a month and 14 days, give or take, so about a month and 2 weeks, which is about the same time PAX East happens. But that's a month and 2 weeks away. And we have this, which will be a 2-week cycle for this banner. This, which will be a 2-week cycle, roughly. But I don't know if it's going to be a full 2-week cycle in the sense of part 1, part 2, because this did not have 2 parts on JP, it was just 1. It did have the EZA for the Raditz and Vegeta, or Nappa and Vegeta though, for the LR. And then the other 2 could be these 2. I don't know where they're going to slide them in though, because these are going to need to be up for, well, they were only up for 11 days. I mean, really, they were only up for, I think, 11 days is what that states. I don't know if that's only after the buy 3, get 1 free kind of thing, but let me double check really fast. Alright, no, I was slightly incorrect. They were not up for 11 days. They were up from the 27th through the 22nd, so they were up for a full month. So with that being said, that would need to be a 1-month chunk that we would have to completely exclude out for Global to get these 2. Because these banners were up for a month. I don't know what legendary summon they had during this time, if they had one at all. I think that's when they dropped these Super Saiyans? What did they have during this time period? That's who it was. It was the man that I called mid Super Saiyan 3 Goku's EZA. So, I mean, that was in that time period, and he was from the 11th through the 30th. So, realistically, they were down. It was a whole month from start to finish on this banner, leading into the anniversary of this whole celebration, let's say. So that tells us we've got 1, 2, 3, because these 2 are going to be paired, and then 4 banners really before then. This one being just a legendary summon, an extreme legendary summon, so it's not its own thing. We got at least 4 banners, 2 of them being together, 3 being separate, before we get relatively caught up with JP. But again, like they said, we do have 1 exclusive coming our way prior to that, and then we have that Super Dokkan Fest coming. I know their plan is to tie us up by July or August, sometime summer 24. So with that being said, what is my order that I predict us to drop? It's literally what you see here on screen. We're going to get Ribrianne. There's no way we're not. And then we're going to get Dokkan Festival Piccolo and Kid Gohan. And then after that, I'm going to say we see these 2. But it all really depends on how they make these fall. Because if this lasts 14 days from, I want to say the androids dropped a couple days ago. Let's just say they last from this day till the end of the month, from the 14th to the end of the month. And then this is in the middle of March, all the way up to Saiyan Day. We'll get Saiyan Day, and then these 2 drop after Saiyan Day. And then we get our probable, because this will be like a month and a half, like April into May. But then we also have Golden Week sometime in there. I'm not sure. Realistically, I don't. After these 2, it's cloudy in my opinion. I have no clue. It's this now, which will be next, then this, and then there's a little like cloudy area in between these dropping, and then this guy dropping. But the order I think it's going to be Legendary Summon, Dokkan Festival, Piccolo and Gohan, Saiyan Day. I think those two they're going to stretch us out to Saiyan Day with those two, while JP still gets as much hype as they have. And then, unless if they drop them on us during that Super Dokkan Fest, but I mean, realistically, that's the only thing that makes sense, and this is all we're really missing. And honestly, this would be something really good for JP or Global Dokkan to hit us with, as a way to get us to spend our stones prior to the anniversary. Especially with what's going to be coming for Saiyan Day. I'm predicting a high-powered Vegeta of some sort, because the last time we had a strong Vegeta was during the Majin Vegeta, so we could probably use another one. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. See you guys then.